Boating safety is one of the most important things for people to take into accountability when they're planning on spending a lot of time on the water. Whether that's just going out on a ride with friends or going alone on a jet ski. Everyone should know the importance of boating safety. Once you have passed all the required tests and certifications, you can enjoy as much time on the water as you want while being responsible. Throughout the next couple of minutes, I'm going to tell you who is required to have a license, why it's important to receive a boating license, and where you can take these courses to receive a license. As stated on the Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management, anyone born after January 1st, 1986 is required to have a license. This meaning that anyone born before this date is grandfathered in, which means that they don't necessarily need the license, but they are highly recommended to have the knowledge and education on all the boating safety, even though they don't necessarily need the license. They had also stated on this website that anyone who is planning on operating a vessel must be educated enough to the point where they have a certificate that they know all the rules of the water. Whether it's when you go from Massachusetts to Rhode Island and you need to learn the new rules of the water in Rhode Island rather than how they're different from Massachusetts. As one may think that it shouldn't be that difficult to operate a vessel, it is much more difficult than it actually sounds. It is super important to be able to understand how the boat works, how to properly evacuate, and how to be just overall safe. According to TakeMeFishing.org, the answer to the question is on if safety education is really that important. They stated boating safety education is important because it helps reduce personal injury and property damage associated with the use of recreational boats. Boating safety education is important for everyone out on the water. With this in mind, that means that everyone who is taking the education is more aware of their surroundings and able to think quick on their feet if something were to happen. With taking this course, not only can you help keep you and your passengers safe, but anyone else who's on the water. If there's an emergency or if they're just being unsafe. It is important for you to know these rules so you can be safe and keep everyone else in your surroundings safe as well. There are many different places where you can take this course. There are a few that are preferred over others, whether that's the state's environmental department management or if it's just a website that everyone is recommended. According to one of the websites, boated.com, where you can take an official boating safety course online class. They provide either online or in person. This online course provides the people with textbook information, practice quizzes, practice tests to further prepare them for this test. So once they pass this entire class, they earn a certificate that they had completed the class completely. And after they receive this certificate, they can move on to scheduling the test to take. With this test, they go in and take a 70-question test about all the information they have learned through this course. And once they do, they figure out if they pass the test or not. Many people who were born before 1986 generally take this certificate class so they have the knowledge, but they don't necessarily need the license. This website generally takes all the information that you need to know down and breaks it down into the material learning with videos, diagrams, or just sketches that further explain than just reading pen and paper, which is super helpful. After learning the importance of boating safety in the process of obtaining one's license, I hope that people think more about the safety than a good time. Being able to be responsible for many people's lives, whether on their vessel or another, is important. It doesn't take much time to get this license, and in the end will make the time in the water safer and more responsible for everyone, and that everyone should be able to have a safe and responsible time on the water. And I highly recommend that everyone gets this license.